A South Carolina truck driver is facing charges after taking a wild ride coming off the interstate. It happened just before 6 tonight on Interstate 381 in Bristol, Virginia. The truck ran off the road, crashed through a guardrail, through a fence, into the woods between Morrison School and Shears Potato Chips. As you're about to see from the Sky 5 drone, traffic continued to move along as crews moved in to remove the truck. The truck was carrying a load of frozen Indian food. The driver, Brian Long of Chester, South Carolina, was not injured in the crash. The truck belongs to his company. Workers estimate it's going to take 3 to 4 hours to get it out of the woods. Now, I was able to talk with the driver to find out what happened and what he remembered about the crash.
You took the ride of your life tonight. What happened?
I have no idea. I was not, I went to sleep and I woke up and next thing you know, I started to drive after I went to sleep and I was over in the ditch. I don't even remember this.
You don't remember running through the guardrail and hitting all these trees?
Nope, I laid down, took an Alka-Seltzer Plus, and I just blacked out from there. When the guys pulled me out of it, out of the truck here, they had to wake me up because I was still asleep.
The Virginia State Police told me Long will be charged with reckless driving and failure to maintain control of a vehicle. Additional charges could be added pending further investigation. I first met Fred Warren back in 1995 when he helped me with the old Grip It and Rip It segment. We even won an AP award. Now, this is my official invitation to a celebration that was held tonight at the William B. Green Stadium in Johnson City. It was a retirement dinner, but unlike some retirees, Coach Fred Warren is going to be very busy with a new endeavor. He is the focus of this week's headliners.
We are here in front of Meadowview. You can see it behind me, all lit up. Now, it was a very busy day at Meadowview. Tonight, they were hosting the annual Tri-Cities Dancing with the Stars competition. A lot of folks came to see that. Earlier today, there was a swim meet, and also there was a big youth baseball tournament in Kingsport, and many of the players and teams were staying here. So this place was packed. Then around 7 o'clock, police got a call that there was a shooting inside the hotel. One shot was fired and one person was struck and then taken to the hospital. The shooter took off and police are now looking for that shooter.
A California couple, desperate to adopt a child, found a willing partner on the internet with a Southwest Virginia woman. But as News 5's Kristen Kwan found out, she didn't deliver on the promise. A few weeks ago, Ben Talley was nominated for the Tennessee Sports Hall of Fame. You might say he was a golf prodigy. At the age of 12, he played his first golf course, Holston Valley Golf Course, in the spring, and he shot a 98. By that fall, though, he had shot 67. The stories about Talley are legend, like the time he played golf 350 days out of 1 year. His devotion to the game was second to none. That is, until he found something else to replace his passion. This chaotic classroom scene is about as far away from the serenity of the golf course as you can get.
Electricity! Everybody put 10 points on your paper.
In fact, these kids have no idea. Their teacher was once the best golfer in Tennessee.
Just in your estimation, how good was Ben Talley?
Ben was in my opinion, he was the best high school player that's ever come out of this area. I've said that. I followed high school golf for over 45 years, and he's definitely the best that I've ever seen.
With a homemade swing and a steely focus, Ben Talley was one of the most dominant golfers this region has ever produced.
In his era, he was the best.
And what was it that made him so special?
He just had a single-mindedness, and he just knew where the ball was going. Most kids, they hit it, but they're not exactly sure where it's going anymore. But Ben, he just knew where it was. He was going to get it in the hole, and he got it in there the best way he could.
In the days before videotape and computers, these fuzzy black and white photos are a reminder of his dominance. As a sophomore at Tennessee High, Talley won the TSSAA championship in 1974, the Tennessee Junior Championship in 1975. He was a high school All-American in 1976. He signed with ETSU and played for Carson Newman, where he won 2 Tennessee intercollegiate titles, beating the best college golfers in the state. His future opportunities in golf seemed endless. Here's where the story takes a strange twist. After winning all those matches and all those tournaments, Ben Talley gave up the game of golf. He put up his golf clubs.
In fact, he told me he hasn't played a competitive 18 rounds of golf since the 1980s, which led me to ask the question, why?
I've devoted my life to children and helping jail inmates and homeless people, and I still play.
You know what it is?
But instead of golf, it's the game of life. Tally is a school teacher at Van Pelt Elementary in Bristol, Virginia. In 2015, he was inducted into the National Teachers Hall of Fame.
Raise your hand if you just did something you weren't supposed to do.
His classroom has only 2 rules: be kind and work hard, teaching the kids the same principles he learned from the game of golf.
I just played by guts, and it's the way I teach. I play by instinct, guts, creativity.
Instead of learning about a tree from a book, Tally will take his class outside for some first-hand knowledge.
I love it. I thrive on it. That's my chance to play golf again in a very real way. I'm not just talking a metaphysical way.
And for those who ask why Tally would squander a God-given talent for golf, he has a simple reply.
10,000 years from now, what's going to be more important than me going shooting my age in a couple of years, shooting 63, or me playing Santa to a needy family?
Now, Tally plans to teach a few more years, but after that, he says he might start playing golf again. And don't be surprised if he shoots his age one day. There's this group of 4 kids that noticed a recurring problem while they were riding their bikes and their scooters. And they did what young children typically don't do. They actually went door to door asking people to sign a petition so they could get the problem fixed. News 5's Angelique Arentalk joins us in the studio now. So, Angelique, how do these young kids come up with such an adult solution?
This is News 5, tonight at 11.
Welcome to the News 5 at 11, your 2019 election headquarters. I'm PJ Johnson. Funeral arrangements for the fallen Sullivan County officer Sergeant Steve Hinkle set for tomorrow.
This is News 5 at 6.
For the past month, I've been talking to people behind the scenes to learn more about the casino project. Today, I was able to sit down with Bristol, Virginia City Manager Randy Eads, and he was able to confirm my story. The signs are wet and worn, but the effort to bring a casino to the old Bristol Mall is hotter than ever. I've learned that the owners of the Bristol Mall and the co-partners in the Bristol Casino project, Clyde Stacy and Jim McLaughlin, have an agreement with Hard Rock International to manage the new casino. Hard Rock has a lot of experience doing just that. They manage and operate 12 casinos around the world. The new casino in Bristol will be called Hard Rock Casino Bristol. Jim McLaughlin issued the following statement. After vetting multiple leaders in the industry, we are convinced that Hard Rock is the best fit for our project and our community.
This is as real as it gets. I think it's a complete game changer for our entire region.
Last March, Governor Ralph Northam signed a bill directing the Joint Legislative and Review Commission to conduct a comprehensive study of casino gambling. Members of that committee recently paid a visit to Bristol.
I met with them, spent about 4 hours with Jay Lark, showed them Bristol, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I think really opened their eyes, and hopefully that will be shown in the report.
The casino project still has 4 major hurdles. On Monday, the Joint Legislative Audit and Review Commission will release its findings of the gaming study. Keep in mind, there are no local legislators on the commission. In January, the Virginia General Assembly will review the findings of the study and act on legislation. If it passes, it goes to the governor's desk for approval. On July 1st, 2020, the Virginia Lottery Board issues regulations for casinos. The final step will be a local referendum that could take place between late July and November of 2020.
Randall, I think it's important to point out that despite all the publicity and all the money spent on this project, ultimately it will come down to the vote of the people.
It will come down to the vote of the people. And if the people vote yes, this project will move forward, and we'll hopefully have a resort and casino with the name Hard Rock at some point in the very near future. And if they vote no, this project dies.
Now, according to the casino's website, in the first year, the casino is expected to create 2,000 jobs and more than $26 million in tax revenue for the city of Bristol, Virginia. I've placed more information and photos of other Hard Rock casinos on our website, WCYB.com.